Hello everyone, my name is Steve Dispensa and I'm VP of Product for Enterprise Endpoint Management.
Hi everyone, I'm Ramya Chitrakar and I'm VP of Engineering for Enterprise Endpoint Management.
Hello everybody, I'm Jason Roszak, the new Chief Product Officer for Enterprise Endpoint Management.
We're thrilled to have you here to talk about what's new to help you securely manage your endpoint computing landscape across platforms. I'll start with some insights about trends in this space, and then Jason will take us through some amazing updates that address IT and security teams' challenges in our long-lasting world of hybrid work and the rapidly changing economy. Then we'll spend most of our time on my favorite part, the demos of some of the new stuff we've been up to this past year. And finally, I'll come back for a brief wrap-up. It's been another massive year of change for IT and security teams in their goals to enable secure and productive work on the diverse and growing endpoint estate. The recent economic downturn has caused customers to look for ways to do more with less, while delivering an excellent end-user experience. Customers have moved firmly into the world of hybrid work, and we've all found a new normal as employees have returned to the office, or not, as the case may be. The world has changed, and it'll continue to do so. For example, 51% of hybrid employees say they're likely to go remote in the year ahead. Many organizations report that their teams got more geographically spread out during the pandemic, spawning a 252% increase in weekly time spent in meetings for the average Teams user since February of 2020. 53% of employees are more likely to prioritize health and well-being over work than before the pandemic, shifting leadership attention to employees' social and technology experiences at work. I, for one, have been coming back to the office on certain days to reconnect with my team in person. The evidence points to a permanently hybrid world and remote workplace, and IT departments all over the world have adapted to this new reality. All of these changes inform our worldview about the major challenges in endpoint management. We've distilled this worldview into 3 top-level trends. First, the world is now all hybrid all the time, from the hybrid remote workplace to the hybrid work and personal devices that people use to do their work. Second, we've seen the continued intensification of security threats, including nation-state attacks, against a backdrop of rising political tensions. The hybrid enterprise has a bigger attack surface than ever, and many enterprises now protect themselves with a zero-trust security architecture. Third, cloud transformation is in the late majority phase of technology adoption, where almost all customers continue to move more and more workloads to the cloud. This has brought with it a need for secure mobile and remote access to these cloud apps beyond simply email in a cost-effective way. These trends work together. Customers demand more flexibility, but are under more security pressure than ever, and in the midst of massive transformation, they need management tools to be flexible, secure, and reliable. Finally, customers are looking for ways to do more with less, while creating scalable IT systems that deliver excellent end-user experiences. This worldview has guided our strategy over the past year, and what a year it's been. Microsoft is now, by far, the largest endpoint management solution provider in the world, with the most devices managed by MDM, the most endpoints managed by Mobile Application Management, or MAM, and the most Windows devices managed by all technologies, both on-premises and cloud-based. We're closing in on about half of all Windows devices being cloud-attached, with a rapid increase in cloud-native management driven by deployments of Windows 11. In fact, about 80% of Windows 11 deployments are cloud-managed. And our endpoint analytics solution is the largest in the world, with about 50 million devices covered, more than all other solutions combined. Over the course of the past year, we've had lots of detailed conversations with you about how we can meet your needs. To tell you more about where we're investing and making an impact, I'm thrilled to introduce Jason Roszak, our Chief Product Officer, who will take us through developments in endpoint management and security. Take it away, Jason.
Thanks, Steve. Earlier this year, we announced our plan to introduce new premium endpoint management capabilities that will empower your IT teams to deliver more secure and better employee experiences with the devices they use to get work done. The first of these solutions is Remote Help, a secure cloud-based remote assistance solution that enables your help desk to better support employees on their Windows devices. We're continuing to deliver on that promise, and today I am super excited to announce our plans to roll out a suite of advanced endpoint management solutions in March 2023, focused on simplifying management, protecting your workforce, and most importantly, helping you deliver richer employee experiences. At launch, the suite will include a remote help solution for Windows and Android, an enterprise privilege management solution, Microsoft Tunnel for mobile app management, or MAM, support for multiple corporate accounts on a single device, advanced endpoint analytics capabilities, all geared to help you do more with less. Our endpoint privilege management solution will help you automate and manage when workers have permission to use admin privilege for specific tasks on both cloud-connected and co-management endpoints. With EPM, you no longer need to make users local admins. Instead, your users can have standard account permissions and dynamically elevate to admin permissions based only on the task they're looking to accomplish. This greatly increases your security posture on these devices. With Microsoft Tunnel for mobile application management, or MAM, your employees will be able to securely access resources on their unmanaged iOS and Android BYOD devices. This new functionality does not require device enrollment, and thus expands on our existing Tunnel capabilities that are available today for devices managed by Intune. And we plan to do more with MAM. Imagine if you have 2 accounts that you use for work every day. For example, you're a consultant with multiple clients, or a physician who has a private practice and hospital accounts. Today, we're announcing that MAM will include the ability to support both of your accounts on a single device. This way, you'll be able to use one device across multiple organizations, enabling you flexibility and data protection regardless of the account you need to use on a given endpoint. And now I'd like to share a bit more about how these advanced endpoint management solutions help you deliver richer employee experiences. You know, it's more important than ever that our employees' technology experience is not an afterthought. It has to be top of mind for your organization. The use of technology by the people in your company is an extension of your organization's culture. It's how your teammates engage one another, and it's how peers build relationships with each other. Employee experience is so important, it's become a boardroom conversation. A key focus of advanced endpoint management is to use more data science and AI to enable IT to deliver exceptional technology experiences. Endpoint analytics provides intelligent automation to empower IT admins, help desk, and most importantly, end users to achieve the best technology experience with the least effort and get the most value out of Microsoft 365. Powered by AI and automation, our advanced endpoint analytics will provide visibility into technology problems your employees face. It'll help you reduce time to resolution of key employee problems, and it will help you proactively solve your issues before they impact your employees' experience. With intelligent recommendations, Intune will help recommend how to best optimize your endpoint management configuration to get the optimal balance between experience and security. With anomaly detection, Intune will alert your administrators to potential issues before they arise, helping to mitigate critical problems that could disrupt your employees' productivity. We see such an incredible opportunity to infuse more data science and automation into Intune. In the coming months, we're going to share an exciting new vision for autonomous endpoint management capabilities that will help empower your IT teams to automate the mundane daily task and shift their focus to enabling their businesses to be successful. I'd also like to share an update on our frontline worker efforts. You know, organizations depend on frontline workers to keep critical business functions moving and respond quickly to any scenario that may arise. The fast-paced environments of frontline workers rely on effective and responsive technologies that have little to no room for downtime. To meet the unique requirements of your frontline workers and the IT folks supporting them, we've got several exciting new capabilities I'd like to share that we're building into our core and advanced management offerings. First, with shared devices mode from Azure Active Directory, you can now use Intune to configure Android devices to be shared across users and shifts with a consistent and secure Microsoft 365 check-in and check-out experience. In addition to shared device mode, We're continuing to expand our support for your specialty Android devices. You can now manage your specialty devices that are not managed by Google services right alongside your mobile and desktop devices. Today, you can protect and manage RealWare devices from Intune. And finally, we're building all of these great advanced endpoint management capabilities in Microsoft Intune. That's right, folks. I did not say Microsoft Endpoint Manager. I'm super happy to share that we're making Microsoft Intune our flagship cloud-based unified endpoint management brand. Today, we're announcing that Intune will represent the product family for all things endpoint management at Microsoft. We're simplifying our branding to reflect the cloud momentum that Steve spoke about earlier. Configuration Manager will remain a foundational part of our endpoint management family, and we will continue to meet you where you're at with co-management capabilities that help you drive more workloads to the cloud. And now I'd like to bring in our VP of Engineering, Ramya, to show you some of these awesome new capabilities live. Ramya, over to you.
Thank you, Jason. I'm so excited to be here and walk you through all the capabilities you can leverage from our advanced endpoint management suite and other capabilities we are building into the core of our industry-leading solution. Let's start with endpoint privilege management as an example of the investment we are making to help increase endpoint security and data protection. Our goal is to provide IT the tools they need to enable the people in their organization to self-service if and when the need arises. We want to remove barriers for workers and improve your IT productivity by elevating their permissions to perform actions normally performed by administrators. However, one of the main principles of a zero trust architecture is to use least privileged access, and for good reason. People running their computers with local admin rights is one of the major threat vectors on endpoints. We plan to give you the ability to set rules and parameters in Intune to configure a standard user's permissions to be automatically elevated, be self-managed, or set to require authorization, all so they can securely perform tasks such as adding approved applications, printers, or other peripheral devices without needing to contact your IT help desk. This helps enterprises reduce support costs while being able to remediate devices securely. Let me show you how that can be done. In this demo, Adele is working from home and is missing a key application that she needs to prepare for an upcoming customer event. This application is not widely used in her enterprise, and she realizes that the application was not reinstalled when she recently received her new machine. Adele opens a help desk ticket, and Harry, a help desk agent, is assigned to help Adele reinstall the application and get her back up and running. Since the app is installed on a handful of other devices, Harry has the location of the installation files available for Adele. He provides the location and instructs her to copy the files locally to execute the installation. Now she attempts to execute the installation but is blocked from proceeding because she does not have administrative privileges on the device. Adele instead will request elevation from her support staff to elevate this installer temporarily to get the application installed on her device. She right-clicks the menu and selects Run with Elevated Access to start the elevation request. Adele is met with our new support-driven elevation management experience. She provides a justification and then submits the elevation request. Harry reviews the elevation request in Intune. He sees that it is the file and version he expects, the file is properly signed, and the request is for Adele. Having confidence that this is the installation he's directed Adele to complete, he approves the elevation request. Once approved, this request sends a new rule to Adele's device, allowing her to complete elevation temporarily to get back to being productive. Adele initiates the installation once again, and this time she can successfully launch and complete the elevation. Adele is back up and running. Harry was able to complete Adele's request without remotely exchanging privileged credentials and without giving broad administrative access to the device. Adele was able to complete the elevation for that specific scenario without needing to take her device to a support professional or incur significant delays. With endpoint privilege management, we are enabling IT admins to support their employees in this new hybrid world and do so securely and with reduced support costs. As Jason described, we are excited to announce Microsoft Tunnel for mobile application management that further extends our VPN gateway to unenrolled iOS and Android devices for secure access to on-premise applications and resources using modern authentication, single sign-on, and conditional access. Let's take a look. Once I have my Microsoft Tunnel gateway and infrastructure set up, I'm going to go into the Endpoint Management Admin Center to set up a policy for both my iOS and Android devices. I'll do that by creating an app config profile. The process is slightly different for iOS and Android, but I can still do it in the same policy. I'll select Managed Applications to support unenrolled devices and then pick the apps I want to use the tunnel on iOS. I'll pick a line of business application. For Android, I'll add the Defender app, which combines security and tunnel functionality all in the same application. Next, I'll configure the tunnel for mobile application management settings in the policy. I'll enable tunnel, specify my site and other VPN parameters, and here's where I'll tell it to add Edge for Android so Edge can be used with tunnel. Additionally, I can push my trusted root certs to unenrolled devices as well, so my applications, including Edge, can trust internally issued server certificates. After creating the policy and targeting it to users, let's go to our devices to see what happens. On Android, the apps don't need to be integrated with any SDKs other than the MAM SDK, which is used to auto-start VPN for apps if desired or retrieve trusted root certs. Most customers are already using the MAM SDK for data protection, so there may be no new dev work required to connect to on-premises resources through tunnel. I'll go to Edge and sign in with my organizational account. Then I'll browse to an on-premises site. You can see that the VPN auto starts and I'm seamlessly connected to my intranet site. This site is protected by a TLS certificate, and you can see that it's now trusted since my trusted root certs were installed seamlessly. Now if I sign into Edge with my personal account and try to browse to the same site, you'll see that it isn't accessible. Edge only connects to the VPN when signed in with an organizational account to protect privacy as well as use app protection policies for data protection. Now, let's flip over to iOS and look at a line of business application. On iOS, you need to integrate both the MAM SDK and our new Tunnel SDK into your line of business applications. The line of business application we are using uses a web view control. If I launch Safari, you can see that I can't connect to the site. However, if I launch the line of business application that includes the new Tunnel SDK, I seamlessly connect to the on-premises site. And like we showed you on Android, the trusted root certs were also seamlessly installed without the end user needing to do anything so the site is trusted. As you can see, Tunnel for mobile application management creates a better experience for end users to be productive from any device while protecting their privacy and ensuring that company data is protected. Hybrid workspace, pandemic, bring your own device. Whether you are a seasoned administrator adding cloud capabilities to your current on-premises solution, or you're setting up your cloud-native solution from the ground up, or anything in between, we know stakes have never been higher. It's hard to get things configured, It's hard to understand where to start, what to do next, how to configure everything in unison to provide people in your organization with a good balance between security, productivity, and great technology experiences. We talked about empowering IT admins through intelligence and insights that we are in a unique position to provide via the data we have from across Microsoft 365 and the Microsoft Cloud. We are thrilled to announce a new intelligent recommendation capability in Intune. Let's take a sneak peek. In the Endpoint Management Admin Center, under Security Baselines, admins are provided with a curated list of baselines to pick from. I'm going to pick Microsoft Defender for Endpoint Baseline. I create the profile with name and description, and here's where intelligent recommendations come into play. A list of setting categories which has additional recommendations based on organizations like you show up. These little bulbs are tailored insights powered by machine learning models that help choose the right security settings for your organizations based on the best practices that similar organizations have adopted. Configuring policies has never been easier. Intelligent recommendations are a powerful cheat sheet that provides you with valuable settings information so you can deliver the best-in-class service and experience to people in your organization without needing to spend time on additional research. We are getting started with the settings catalog for policies that exist on the Microsoft Security Baselines, but over time, expect us to be your helper pervasively through Intune, helping you configure great user experiences more efficiently. Now, let's talk about something you have all seen in your organizations. Unexpected machine reboots, application crashes, hardware and peripheral failure, battery slowdowns. Do you know how common these issues are in your organization? How many end users silently suffer with these experiences? Traditionally, IT has had limited visibility into these problems. You either know about a subset of these issues reported or escalated via support channels, which is not truly representative of what's going on in your organization all up, and more importantly, it's not an accurate measure of the overall end user experience. We have also seen IT create custom tools trying to troubleshoot, root cause, or create custom alerts so they can be notified of such behaviors. And they constantly change these thresholds and adjust the parameters as they learn more. We are excited to introduce a better way to do this. Using AI and data science in Intune to automatically detect and notify you of anomalies. Let's take a look. Within Endpoint Analytics, anomalies will surface on the overview page along with model and device scores. We'll surface anomalies with a high level of confidence based on their severity, starting with those that impact productivity the most. Let's take a specific example. An app regression anomaly surfaced with high severity impact. Selecting the anomaly shows you a detailed view listing key information like the application name, version, number of affected devices, initial and latest occurrence of the anomaly, potential root causes, as well as suggested remediations. Select View Affected Devices to see all the affected devices with other key attributes such as name, model, OS versions, etc. Additionally, you can deep dive into the device timeline, which will also show these anomalous events. We continue to innovate in how we use the trillions of data signals from the Microsoft Cloud to power better experiences. Organizations go through changes. Baselines could vary across geographies, user bases, etc. We leverage AI and machine learning models to better understand these user cohorts and surface what really matters so you can deliver great user experiences. Get started with Endpoint Analytics if you haven't already. Switching gears a bit, we know how important it is for our customers that they enable their frontline workers with technology to support their work. While we want frontline workers to gain access to the power of Microsoft 365 with simple and compliant sign-in and sign-out experiences, We also want to make it easy for admins to support their frontline workers remotely and to trivially ensure up-to-date state and firmware of devices in their fleet. This next demo highlights improvements we've added for IT admins who manage Android Enterprise dedicated devices for their frontline users. In this demo, an admin of Alpine Ski House, Stacy, can deploy a firmware update to a shared pool of Zebra TC52 devices, as well as leverage Remote Help for Android to validate the shared user experiences on these devices. To deploy updates, Stacy creates a policy with Zebra's Lifeguard over-the-air service from Intune. Stacy selects the exact firmware version she wants to deploy, as well as a time frame for the updates so that they don't disrupt operations during business hours. Stacy also has options to stagger downloads and installs and set minimum battery and charging requirements before assigning the policy to the appropriate group. To verify that the devices are set for use, Stacy decides to use the new Remote Help for Android to remotely view and control one of the on-site Alpine Ski House devices and ensure the intended user experiences are set up on the device. In the Endpoint Management Admin Center, Stacy looks up the device record and easily selects the device she wants to validate her changes on. She then initiates an unattended session. Once connected to the device, Stacy uses the portal to validate the sign-in experiences, checks the network connection, and then signs out of the apps on the device. Stacy notes that Teams, Power Apps, and Outlook have an easy sign-in due to shared mode integration. She also notes that for the apps that haven't yet integrated, while she might have to sign in again, she still gets a seamless sign-out to protect user data between user shifts. Feeling good about the user experience setup, Stacy securely exits the remote help session. As you can see, with these new features, IT can more easily manage and troubleshoot Android Enterprise dedicated devices. Security and productivity are intertwined in every aspect of this experience. Through conditional access, identity management, data loss protection, retention policies, and other security features, IT can have the peace of mind knowing that end users have the tools they need while corporate assets remain secure. Frontline workers are critical to customer success, and you can expect to see a lot more investment in our product for both admins and frontline users. On the Apple platform, we continue to provide strong day zero support for iOS releases. We have improved end-user experience with Setup Assistant Modern Auth, and over the course of the year, we have added so many features for macOS device management. Support for DMG apps, native PKG installer support without the need of the app wrapper tool, settings catalog integration, shell script management, to name a few. macOS software update policies are one of our most requested features for macOS. Organizations will no longer have to rely on their users or third-party patching software for this. We are excited to announce support for macOS software update management through Intune. Let's take a look at how you can natively configure policies to make sure devices are secure and stay up to date. Under Devices, macOS, Update Policies for macOS, let's start by creating a new profile and filling out the Basics tab. If you're currently managing iOS or iPadOS software updates, then this tab will look familiar. For macOS, we've added support for managing critical, firmware, configuration file, built-in app, and OS update types. You'll also see that each update type supports the following installation actions: download and install, download only, install immediately, notify only, install later. After configuring how we want devices to take action when new updates are available, we can configure when we want devices to take this action. The update policy schedule settings offer the same options as iOS or iPadOS update policies, where you can configure devices to take action on their next check-in within a specified time window or outside of a specified time window. After the policy is assigned and created, we can go to the installation status for macOS devices report under Monitor to view the per device status of our policy. Drilling a little deeper, we can see the specific updates that are available for this device and their status. More information on configuring macOS software updates is available at this link. Software update policies for macOS will soon be available for public preview, and we look forward to hearing your feedback. For our final demo today, we are thrilled to share that Linux Management was launched for general availability this fall. Last year, we announced plans to support Linux Management and showed you the enrollment experience of an end user on an Ubuntu desktop and security provided by conditional access. We are excited to share that now Linux Management is fully integrated into the Endpoint Management Admin Center. In addition, our GA release includes support for compliance policies, including custom compliance policies. Custom compliance policies have been a big customer need for Linux Management. You can now write your own bash scripts to evaluate attributes of the device that are most important to your organization. We can have custom compliance policies which will allow you to cover all your compliance scenarios, but we also have a set of pre-canned scripts to help you get started. Let's take a look. In this demo, we will cover the standard and custom compliance capabilities for Linux Management. Now that Linux is completely integrated into the Admin Center, you can see the Linux devices that have been enrolled. This is a list of the Linux compliance policies. First, I'd like to show you the standard compliance policy. Our admin has set a distro requirement to Ubuntu and the minimum version of 20.04. They have not enforced encryption. They have set a password policy of a minimum of 12 characters. You can also set the complexity of the password. The second policy is a custom compliance policy. The admin has created a bash script that can check to see if the device includes a TPM chip. They've uploaded the script to Intune, and it will be delivered to the device and run by the Intune app. The JSON you see here defines compliance based on the outcome of the bash script. You can see here they have defined pass and fail. And they have added a remediation link and text for the end user if they fail this compliance check. We are excited to expand the endpoint platforms supported in Intune to now include Linux desktops, allowing IT admins to manage and secure more endpoints while enabling workers to be productive on devices of their choice. In the coming months, we'll continue to add new features, configuration capabilities, and add support for more Linux distributions. With that whirlwind round of demos, I hope you got a good overview of the rich capabilities of our advanced endpoint management suite and the new features in Intune. Thank you, everyone. I will hand it back to Steve to wrap it up.
That was an incredible set of product demos, Ramya. We are so excited to get all this great innovation into your hands. To recap, we discussed how the changing world has driven needs in your organizations, the need to do more with less, the need to support an increasing array of devices and scenarios, and the need to do it all in a secure and compliant way. Jason shared some exciting product news, including where we're taking advanced management, and Ramya took us through a bunch of demos to show you what we've built this past year. I hope you found all this as exciting as I do. I'll close with 3 simple go-dos. First, if you haven't cloud attached your SCCM sites yet, it's as easy as a few clicks to enable tenant attach, and it has tons of benefits. Second, go enable endpoint analytics so you can benefit from the rapid innovations we're making in employee experience and automation. And finally, prepare for advanced management by assessing your organization's need for remote help, endpoint privilege management, and the rest of the suite. Thank you for spending this time with us today. There's lots of great Ignite management content available, as well as my keynote with Wangui McKelvey on Windows in the Enterprise. Go check it out. Have a great Ignite.